Dominoes are the big thing in joinery today. A lot of people like to use them. You see a lot of videos where people are using dominoes for joining things together. Let me say first, you don't need dominoes to make the wood strong. The wood's strong in and of itself. The dominoes aren't going to change that. Where dominoes really come in a lot of handy though, is for aligning pieces. Let's say you're trying to make an edge-glued tabletop and you're concerned about warpage, or even if you're dealing with slabs and you're trying to get them aligned right. Those dominoes can make a lot of difference, okay? But that $1,000 machine is a little rough to pay for. So I'm going to show you how you can do the exact same thing using a $39.95 Doweling jig. Now, this is obviously for doing doweling. We're not going to be doing doweling with it. Well, one of the things it allows us to do is put two bearings in, or put two bushings in 3/4 of an inch apart. And so I've got 2/4 inch bushings in here. Now I'll go ahead and mark two pieces of wood here, 3/4 of an inch. And we want to make sure we get the exact same marks on both pieces. That is critical because we want to drill obviously the same holes in both pieces, okay? So I'm going to start with this one here. And I'm going to go ahead and put my jig on here. Now, there's a little window down here where I can align those two marks with the center line of these two bushings. Now with that done, I'm going to drill 2/4 inch holes in here where those two bushings are. So now I've got two holes, but that's not enough. I still want the rest of my slots. So all I've got to do is move my jig over a little bit and drill a series of overlapping holes between those two outer holes. One more. Okay, so now I've got a slot, although it's kind of scalloped a little, and we'll just allow the flutes of the drill bit to clean that out. Okay, so there's my slot in one piece. Now I need to do the exact same thing in the matching piece. Remember, the only time we need to use both holes, both bushings, is for that first pair of holes. Everything else is just done with one. You really can't round over the edges of the tenon or the domino with a router bit because it's too thin. This is only 1/4 of an inch thick and it's just shy of an inch wide. So what I'm doing is rounding it over with a block plane, which really only takes a few strokes. Like that. And then I can cut it to length and have my dominoes. Now, other than cut nice and neat, I can go ahead and put in my domino. There we go, there's our connection.